It's time for Season 2 in the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty to get underway. After a 3-9 Season 1 seeing us fall to a 0-star school, there is a lot of work to do this season. The journey opens on the road against the Minnesota Gophers, where we're going to be debuting a lot of new players, including this year's quarterback. Gunnar Gray takes over for CJ Ogbonna. He is also a senior, so he will be a one-year starter. He has a very strong arm, and the passing game could change a bit, but I want this to be a more run-focused team. Lamar Sperling was our best player in Season 1. He racked up over 1,100 yards all-purpose, but we're not asking him to do this job all on his own, as true freshman Leon Dingle will also debut. Chance Morrow and Nick McMillan return at receiver, but we don't have a lot of depth behind them, and we're actually going to be playing 62 overall Messiah Birch quite a bit because he's one of our best route runners and fits in the slot. Ryan Daly becomes the new starting tight end after Jake Orlando held that spot in Season 1. But expect at some point you're going to see Kevin Kajus, the elite development freshman tight end that was one of the highest upside players we brought in the first recruiting class. The offensive line has some experience with 3 seniors and 2 juniors. The best player on this team, though, is right guard Matt Pajust. He's a powerful run blocker, and we're going to be running behind him as much as we can. Defensively, there are a lot of new players we're going to have to get to know, and it's going to be tough to see who ends up becoming regular players because there are so many opportunities for playing time. Wesley Williams transfers over from Duke, and we have a bunch of pass rushers that will get a chance to play. One to keep an eye on is number 11 Nick Roy, who has a lot of upside as a finesse rusher. I'm starting this year a little worried about our run defense as we're pretty thin at defensive tackle, and the linebackers behind them might have to do a lot of the work. Deion Crawford returns after 100-plus tackles in Season 1. He's also a good coverage linebacker. You should see him quite a bit alongside the transferred linebacker Nolan Ziegler, coming over from Central Michigan, helping replace Sean Dolak, who had that middle linebacker spot a year ago. One of our most improved players is in the secondary. Oliver Bridges jumped up to an 82 overall with off-season training. He and Charles McCarthrins should make up a pretty good cornerback duo in the MAC. We also had a safety transfer in Jadarius Green McKnight, who comes over from Marshall. And we can't forget about our specialist, new kicker and punter this year. Nick Reed is the kicker, and true freshman Travis Kesey will add some extra leg strength to our punt game. Overall this year, I'm excited to see us hopefully develop more of a rushing identity. Definitely want to highlight Lamar Sperling and Leon Dingle if he plays well as a freshman. We'll see if the offensive line is enough of a strength to make that happen. Defensively, we've got to start creating more pressure. After only recording 11 sacks last season, the coverage cannot do it all on their own. We need to find a way to get to the opposing quarterback. We have a tough non-conference schedule facing Minnesota here initially, Miami down the road in early October. But I've been looking forward to this game to see how we stack up to a team like Minnesota. Their offense isn't all that well developed, which I think evens the playing field a bit. It's still going to be tough going on the road against a Big Ten school like this, but it's a good barometer for where we are to start Season 2. And Buffalo's offense is going to see the field first this season. The Gunnar Gray era will begin here in Minneapolis. Here's Lamar Sperling handling the opening kick, and he's knocked down shy of the 20. Number 9, Gunnar Gray makes his debut after being just a third-string quarterback last season. And the Bulls will open with 2 receivers, 2 tight ends at their own 18. And they open with the fake as Gray hits the tight end, Mitch Viviano. And that is a 20-yard connection to start the season. Now the first run, and following Matt Pajust, that is Lamar Sperling for a gain of 3. Now Sperling on the left side. Running right is Sperling. Not much there on the play. It sets up the first third down of the year. And they bring in the third receiver, Messiah Birch. Time for Gray. It's dumped off. That's L.J. Henderson. Unable to tightrope the sideline as he steps out. And that'll bring on the punter, Travis Kesey, making his debut as we try to get some more distance on our punts this season. And the Gophers will open at their own 30. Changes for Minnesota as well, as Dylan Whitkey is the new starting quarterback, and he's going to flip this forward. Kenrick Lanier coming across, ends up with the ball and a nice gain of 12. I expect to see a lot of running from Minnesota in this game, and they do here on second down, gain of 6 for C.A. Bangura. And it's third down, Gophers. It's a screen to the right, well covered, and taken down is Lanier. Marquise Cooper on the stop. And the Bulls take over, and this is a completely new look, debuting some pistol. And this is a screen now. Messiah Birch makes the catch for a gain of 5. Birch is going to handle the slot here initially, after that was Chance Morrow's role last year. And now we get a first look at the true freshman running back. That is Leon Dingle, and he's able to spring one for 14. Dingle, a power back I can't wait to see more of, and down goes Sperling. He's stopped for a loss. Now Birch is the motion man, and they just get the play snapped in time as it's complete to Nick McMillan, bringing up third down. Ryan Daly, he's off to the right side. Here's Gunnar Gray, and the pass is broken up for Nick McMillan. And we've got 3 punts so far in the first quarter. Bulls bring down the safety. It's Bangura, nowhere for him to go, as we try to shore up the run defense a bit better this season. Third down now for Minnesota, and the pressure's on. The ball is out, and the Gophers will recover. That's the end of this drive, though. Cornell Evans on the sack. We only had 11 of those last year, and that is the number one thing we have to improve. 2 good stops for our defense, and now handling the punt, this is Nick McMillan. Might not see Sperling as much on special teams, as he's expected to be a big part of the offense. Another screen out to Birch in space, and he gets 9. Expect a lot of screens going his way, but he's also a really effective route runner. Now the carry for L.J. Henderson, the third running back to carry today, gain of 5. Another one, Henderson. He is stuffed and goes nowhere. That is a loss of 6. Devin Eastern just clogging things in the middle. Third down now, and Gray connects with McMillan. He makes a move, and it's red zone time for Buffalo in the first. Looking for the year's first points. It's Gray on first down on a screen for Sperling. Well read. Loss of 2. Second and a dozen, extending things with good coverage, and Gray will scramble for what he can, but he is not going to be a big-time rushing threat. And now we got some movement there on the left side, and that's going to back us up even further. 3rd and 13. Have to get inside the 7. This one is lofted up for Chance Morrow, and it's knocked away before it can get to him. And that's going to bring on a field goal try. Nick Reed is the new kicker, a sophomore. Right hash, 37 yards. His first career try is good. Buffalo leads 3-0. I'm really impressed, though, with the way the defense has handled their business early in this game. Gophers running right side and looking for the edge. They got it with Bangura out to the 45. Expect a lot of rotation here across the D-line as we figure out who our best players there truly are. A sloppy play for the defense as Bangura breaks off another long run. They're into Buffalo territory now, and Whitkey's going to fire outside the numbers, finding a receiver inside the 30. 3 receivers in the pattern now for Minnesota. It's first down as Whitkey fires, and it's tipped and then dropped at the goal line. by Kristen Hoskins. Big break for Buffalo. And on second down, it is intercepted. Oliver Bridges. We did not get to see him last season, but he was one of the most improved off-season players. Now a starter, and he's got his first interception here in a big spot. Great start for our defense. Bulls ball, and the screen is broken up. That was Quan Pollard, the intended receiver. And now 3 wide, 3rd and 10. A fake to the left. Stepping up is Gray, and he's got a man. That's Messiah Birch. Really good separation on his route. Now they motion out Sperling, and he'll get a chance now in space. But a good wrap-up tackle, gain of 7. More motion. This one goes to Chance Morrow, and he'll lose a few. A lot of negative plays so far for Buffalo as they move to 3rd and 7, and the pass is hauled in. Chance Morrow, first down. Back into Gopher territory where Sperling runs left. Only 3. 6 carries, 7 yards. Not much for Lamar Sperling. Now in the game is Leon Dingle, and the freshman runs right and finishes strong with a gain of 6. Expect to see a lot of him in short yardage this season. 3rd and 1. He's got the conversion easily. Well blocked up the middle. They've done a good job giving him room. Sperling now back in the game. Gray second down, and he drops it. Sperling incomplete. He's not been able to really get things going here early on, so now 3rd and 12. Gray steps up, but he's going to keep it and run for about 8 before sliding. And here comes Reed again. Got to make sure more of these field goal tries are not on the hashes as Reed buries the kick from 52, and it's 6-0. Pretty good first half for Buffalo. You'd like to get to the end zone at least once, but the defense has been impressive. That's a good catch and run on the screen for Lanier. Now they're going to motion out the running back, Bangura. Pass to the outside is caught. Lanier taken off inside the 30. Up the numbers for 6. Minnesota finally gets the big play and a chance to take the lead. New slot corner Jalen McNair does not have the best long speed, and this was the very first time we've deployed man coverage in this game, and it might be the last. Tough way to lose the lead for Buffalo, but now 2 minutes to go, and that is at the shoe tops of McMillan. Gray facing 3rd and 9, under pressure, and won't escape. It's a 3 and out as the Gophers look to seize momentum late in the first half. Good field position, 1:35 to go. Whitkey fires over the middle, has the tight end for a short gain. Lanier lines up slot left on 3rd and 2, and the pass is caught. First down, Hoskins. And that was not bad coverage by McCarthrins, just a perfect throw. Pretty good first half for Whitkey. Now over the middle, Gophers in the red zone looking for more, and they still have some time. On first down, Lanier underneath. He takes off and scores. Touchdown, Minnesota. Second of the half, Kenrick Lanier. And that's why we got to finish drives. We certainly played better for most of the first half, but Minnesota got the scoring drives that counted the most. And Kenrick Lanier has been a problem. 7 catches, $117, 2 scores. We have no answer for him right now, especially in the slot. Offensively, though, it's been tough to establish that run game identity. But Gunnar Gray is out there battling here in his first start, and we'll see if the Bulls can get it together here in the third. 2 straight touchdown drives for Minnesota, and Lanier's back for more. 127 yards now. On second down, Bangura, he doesn't go far. Run defense really hasn't been a huge problem, but got to get off the field now, and that pass is incomplete. And the Bulls do get another stop. 8-point game now for Buffalo, and they're going to open with Sperling. He hits full speed and breaks an arm tackle on his way to a first down. Sperling first down, and down he goes again for another loss of 3. Minnesota's interior wrecking the game for us. Second down, it's checked down to Sperling, who gets those 3 back. But we're not getting into the third down situations that we want to be in. 3rd and 10, time to throw, lofted, and it's broken up for Birch. Throw was a little behind him. Messiah Birch does not have consistent hands either. So just a bad combination on that play for what could have been a really big gain for us. Go for ball, Bangura changing direction and rips off one of his best runs out to the Minnesota 30. Motion, and it's going to the right side. Lanier on the fly to the 46. They're really pumping up his production here in the first week. Bangura now. Nice push up the middle. He gets 5. Whitkey, quick hitter upfield, first down. Big gain for Kristen Hoskins as Whitkey goes over 200 in the air. Gophers now in scoring position as Whitkey throws inside the 15, and now he's got Brockington. 15 of 19 through the air. And now on the keeper with space, it's Whitkey, and he's in for the touchdown. Nick Roy helped him in there at the end, and the Gophers now have 3 touchdowns in their last 4 possessions. That good start for Buffalo now in the distant past, as they've really got to get this offense up to full speed. And this is the guy to do it. It's Lamar Sperling's best run as he gets 13. He only has 30, though, on the day. A fake from Gray. He's under siege and can't get the pass away to McMillan. 2nd and 10, looking at a screen for McMillan. He fights upfield to get 4. 3rd and 6 is better than some of the situations we've seen. Here's Gray back to pass, and a good catch by McMillan as he holds on. 3 wide for Buffalo on 2nd down, and here's the pressure. No shot for Gray. They're just destroying our offensive line today, and it's 3rd and 6 again. Better protection, and underneath, nice move. Quan Pollard, the 4th receiver, checks in, gives us a big conversion. Now Daly motions left, Sperling heading in that direction for a minimal gain as we're heading to the 4th quarter. A lot of work to do for Buffalo to make this interesting. 3rd and 6. Good catch by Morrow to move the sticks. Pretty quiet day for him overall, but a couple conversions. 2nd down, and even more pressure on Gunnar Gray. Had a chance if there was a little more time, but that has not been easy to come by in this game. 3rd and long. Gray guns it outside. That's Daly very close. They mark him just short, and the offense is staying in. The lineup under center with Dingle deep in the backfield, and they stuff for a loss, and it's a turnover on downs. They had to have that one, and the Gophers too strong. Here's pressure, down goes Whitkey, and that's a sack for Jakari Bennett. They're going to get the secondary off the line, and on 3rd down, it's underneath, more Lanier, 11 catches, and a stop. There's still a slim chance for Buffalo, but they've got to get to the end zone quick. Another loss on Sperling. Unbelievable. 5 TFLs for Devin Eastern, getting the better of Matt Pajust at right guard. And now an interception from Gunnar Gray. It's his first. Morrow did not get through the coverage there cleanly. So the first giveaway for Buffalo this year, that's something else we have to clean up, and we did for a few quarters today. But 21-6, Gophers looking to put this game away, but the defense not letting them do it easily. Deion Crawford now with the sack. We have 3. Here's pressure from Roy, but flipped forward. Nice play by Dylan Whitkey. Very heads up. Gets 10 back. 3rd and 6. Good protection. And eventually coming to his final progression and finding Kenrick Lanier. First down for Whitkey. A little shoulder fake. And now a shot toward the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. Dylan Whitkey to Kenrick Lanier. This connection has been unstoppable. What an opening week performance. Minnesota putting the finishing touches on this game. It is now 28-6. Still a few minutes here for a possession as Sperling's going to break out on the screen. But we really didn't get him going the way we wanted to, obviously. L.J. Henderson now in. He's going to run left and head outside. And he's got the first down. Gunnar Gray, a very up and down debut. Had some good moments, but it's been a difficult game as that is intercepted. But there is a flag on the play. And it's going to be against the Gophers for PI. Still no touchdowns and trying to change that. Gray looking for Morrow, and that one is broken up. The end zone elusive on this day. It's third down, and too much pressure on Gray. He's sacked. Anthony Smith. 4th and 10, have to get inside the Gopher 20. Gray, withstanding pressure, fires over the head of Daly. It's a turnover on downs. We move ahead. One more drive looks like for Buffalo. Play fake for Gunnar Gray. Heavy pressure. That's a fumble recovered by Minnesota. And this game is over. A strong Minnesota win as they defend their home field against our Buffalo Bulls 28-6. Even after a sloppy start. No touchdowns for Buffalo, no second half points. And Kenrick Lanier had one heck of a performance. This did not go how I expected it to. But I really need to be realistic about where this team is here in Season 2. We are a 0-star program. And competing with even average schools in big conferences is a couple years beyond us right now. We could not run the football the way we wanted to. I think I committed to it pretty well. 23 running back carries, while we gave up 16 tackles for loss in this game. Anytime that happens, you're going to be in trouble. My main takeaway from this game is that we're just not good enough. The offensive line played poorly in the run game. This is the play that stands out most to me. You know, this is a situation where you need to come away with a big play there. And if you are, maybe we can go on a drive there and stay in the game. But it's all a work in progress here with a 0-star school. But there is some great news today as quarterback Ray Elway has committed to Buffalo. We get our first player far earlier than we did a year ago. Elway has 89 throw power, and I assume it'll get stronger. I think he's going to be a starting option for us, probably as a sophomore. I'm not sure about next season, but that was a huge addition for us. He was our number 1 player and target the first few weeks. Now we can get more aggressive for some other prospects like Cortez Shedd or wide receiver Enrique Trejo. I think we have a promising start to our recruiting the way these battles are looking. We're scouting Grant Van Manen here as I wanted to see if we should be aggressive for him, but after scouting, I'm not as sure. So we're going to actually drop the points there and see what happens in that battle, but increase the points for Cortez Shedd, who shows better athleticism and is also a gem. We're going to scout Antoine Berryman. Very good strength. I like his power blocking emphasis there, and that's going to suit our run game really well. We're also going to step up our aggressiveness for Artie Ernsberger, the run-stopping middle linebacker. He's from New Jersey in one of our better pipelines, so we should have a good battle there, unless Rutgers steps up their aggressiveness. But I like this start. In year 1, we had CJ Ogbonna. Now we have Gunnar Gray. Next year, we'll have another new quarterback, and that's probably going to be Richie Watts. I'm not sure that we're going to see Elway's ratings quite compare as a true freshman, So we could see 4 quarterbacks in 4 years in this series. Jalen McNair got beat badly on that first touchdown to Lanier today. And I'm in a pickle here with our slot corner spot because McNair lacks the speed, while Amir Proctor lacks the zone coverage and play recognition in that spot. We don't play a lot of man coverage, so you need some zone skill. So what do you do there? Hopefully the Louisiana Monroe game is a little bit better for us. This is our next matchup in a battle of the 2 0-star programs. Only one can emerge victorious. I think that the Minnesota game was a lot more challenging than it presented itself. They don't have like a lot of 80-plus rated players that immediately concern you, but the main thing is looking at strength and athleticism. There is just absolutely no comparison when you're looking at a MAC program with a 3-win season last year versus any Big Ten program. You're going to have that kind of a mismatch, and we were not able to overcome it, not even close. In week 2, I want us to be able to establish our ground game identity much better, and I'd like to get the ball to Chance Morrow more often. I felt like we were constantly on that right hash, and the throw in his direction would have always been much more difficult than anything on the right side of the formation. So I'll have to keep that in mind. But that is going to do it for week 1. It's still going to be a challenge here with Buffalo. I'm most interested in our MAC schedule and if we can be more competitive in conference and protect our leads better this season. But we knew Minnesota was going to be tough. Miami's going to be even tougher. But next week, we got to come ready to win. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and more Buffalo Dynasty is coming your way soon. Have a great day.